So, with the team set, scouting, all that set up, coaching staff good to go, I think in general we are good to go. It has us listed as sellers at the start. I don't know if I believe that. Suzuki Gallagher features the leadership, not bad. Timo, buddy. Pal of mine. What's going on, friendo? How did the stream go? I hope it went well. I hope it went grand. Just gonna end the stream now after that one. What's going on, dude? I hope you're well. Boo. Hey, that was perfectly timed, okay? Also, we gotta play Logan Mailloux in the AHL now, so that's great. Don't you boo me. Not allowed to boo me. We gotta take out Cruto. Logan Mailloux, welcome to the AHL, you big fucking scumbag. What's your discipline at still? 40, up from the 36. Love to see it. Love to see it. Mixed it up, NHL 19, be a pro, and be in my career in the front. Jesus! Freaking the Timo World Tour. The Timo World Tour. Fair enough. Jeff ownership. It would be nice if there was an Olympic GM. I don't disagree. It would be nice. Is it gonna happen? Not holding my breath. Alright, let's see. We got a lot of dudes that have kind of graduated here. We do have Emil Heineman that we want to play. Alright. Is there anybody with a lower potential? Simoneau, Pizzetta. We gotta get those guys out of there. We gotta get those guys out of there. Hillis 23 and a medium 9. Kidney. Ooh, Kidney is a high 9. We gotta play Riley Kidney. And then Pizzetta, we could take out for Heineman. And then honestly, I'm probably just gonna bump up Pizzetta. And that way Hillis and Simoneau are the dudes that join the lineup if there's an injury. So let's do that. We'll bump up Michael Pizzetta. He can be the NHL healthy scratch. And then defenseman, there really isn't anybody that I'd want in that healthy scratch territory. Let's go for the Jack Eye, baby.
Oh, good for you!
Toto, thank you for the follow. Alright. Just allow me to optimize the AHL really quickly. And we'll see what's up from here. Toto Wolf followed. I mean, hey. He's got time now. It's a busy off season. You need that cooldown, you know. Alright, let's get Sutter down there. Kapanen was a high 9. He's 20. Kidney's 20. We'll put Kidney over Kapanen. Mizak is a high 9. He's 21. So he's compared directly to Tuck. Is he on Niebeck? Only a medium 9. Put him over Sutter, even though Sutter is much higher overall. Niebeck's younger. I'm going to put Sutter there, actually. Soderblom, also a medium 9. And he will definitely be over Sutter. And then Joshua, who a lot of people are unhappy about the potential, but he's dominating the queue. It's the queue. Calm the hell down. Nighthawk, what's up? All right, so fourth line, nothing but right wingers. Love to see it. Best face-off man is Niebeck. There we go. Perfect. How's the cat been? He's been a cat. Cat's been a cat. Best way I can think to explain it. I was putting a patch in to get French's over COVID protocols turned on and you can't turn it off. I think that'd be hilarious for like a day. Honestly, I mean, you could do COVID mode. Just turn injuries on all the way up. I wouldn't do it because it's still not something worth overly joking about. But there, fine. We'll do the Tuck Mizak Kapanen. You happy? You happy? Or if it was Kasperi Kapanen, there'd be a different joke there, but that's all you're getting. All right, let's rock. I'm ready to see what everyone else looks like around the league. We're heading into our third season with the Habs. I was thinking of the Caps now because of prospects like Sutter. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued at what teams look like around the league, what we're going to look like this year, because we should have been a playoff team last year and we fucking blew it. Let's see. So Anaheim is Domi, Zegras, Raquel, Milano, Perreault, Terry, Comtois, McTavish, Silverberg, Jones, Henrique, Vetrano. Good for Troy Terry. Defense, Lindholm, Drysdale, Fowler, Shattenkirk, Thrun, and Colin Miller. Goalies, Gibson and Georgiev. Scratches of Connor Brown and Isaac Lundstrom. That's a bit unfortunate for Connor Brown. Arizona's DeBrincat, who again signed for $15 million for 7 years. Which I gotta be honest, if I'm Chicago, I sign him to that tomorrow. Telling you, future captain, he better be. If they name Seth Jones the captain over Alex DeBrincat, they're absolute morons. And they will, because they, signed Seth Jones. But DeBrincat, Schmalch, get there. Duchesne, Janet Carter, Maselli, Rodriguez, Fisher, Jankowski, Hayes, Hayton. Defense is Ghost Bear and Connor Timmins got a little bit better. Chikrin and Solovyov. Moser and Emberson. Goalie is Koskinen. Not a crazy deal this time. David Tendick. Scratches of Ryan Gregor, Riley Smith, Clayton Keller. Oh my god. Like, why would you have Jankowski and Fisher in the lineup then? If you have Clayton Keller and Riley Smith the scratch. Stupid. Boston, Marchand, Malkin, Pasternak. Hall, Strome, Getzlaf. Niederreiter, Frederick, Studnicka, DeBrusk, Larson, Coyle. Defense, Riley and McAvoy, Grzelcyk and Carlo, Forbert and Clifton. Goalies, Swayman and Allmark. Saboro, Mahora, and Hanley. It's the scratches. Buffalo has Kadri, Yakupov, Tuck, Krebs, Cousins, Bertuzzi, Miller, Thompson, Middlestat, Skinner, Asplund, Olofsson. Bertuzzi was signed for $10 million for 1 year. Defense, Dahlin, Jokiharju, Bryson, Power, Clegg, and Johnson. So, Cale Clegg, of course, we sent him to Buffalo. We'll see how he does for them this year. He was god-awful for us last year. And yeah, good for Owen Power. 83 already. Goalies, Jack Campbell, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Campbell's on a big deal. Samuelson, Matheson, and Philly, Heinola. I don't know how they ended up with Heinola, but fair enough. Fair enough. Carolina, Jarvis, Aho, Teravainen. Svechnikov, Kotkaniemi, Kessel. Sherry, Drury, Foss, Zucker, Natchez, Tarasenko. Defense, Slavin, Pesci, Kulikov, D'Angelo, Holden, Bear. Goalies, Reimer and Anderson. Eat your heart out, Leafs fans. Scratches, Honka, Kukin, Brady Shea. CBJ has Laine, Johnson, Bjorkstrand, Voracek, Sillinger, and Shinnikov. How nice of the Blue Jackets to actually play their prospects. Tessier, Jennifer Brown, Foodie, Bemstrom, Marchenko. Defense, Werenski, Boqvist, Sanheim, Peak, Bean, and Letty. Goddamn, what's Sanheim signed for? Not too bad. Columbus looked pretty good. Halak. Elvis Merzlikins. Mata and Rosov. Oh, poor Jack Rosovich. Poor Jack. Calgary is Mangiapane, Lindholm, Goodrow, Pelletier, Bergeron, Kachuk. Coleman, Backlund, Pedersen, Sanford, Waugh, Pospisil. Defense, Hanifin, Tanev, Shillington, Fabro, Poirier, Savard. Goalies, Markstrom and Wolf. Maltsev, Anderson, Dubé is the scratches, so we kind of screwed over Rasmus Anderson, I guess. It's not like the AI are against playing righties on the left. They also ended up at Fabro, though. Chicago is Kubalik, Doc, Kaut, Fiala, Taves, Kane, Stahl, Kopp, Joseph, Hagel, Strome, Connolly. What a fourth line. Why would you sign Jordan Stahl when you have Brandon Hagel? Defense, McCabe, Murphy, Stillman, Jones, Badan, and Mitchell. Goalie-wise, Kemper and Drew Camesso. Scratches of Evan Barrett, Alex Nylander, and Zach. Jesus, that's a lot of talent to have scratched. Maybe rethink about who you're signing there, Chicago. I don't know. Colorado is Nichushkin, McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, Newhook, Olesen. So Oscar Olesen's made the team. Smith, Jost, O'Connor, Killorn, Shore, and Henry. Defense is Taves, Makar, Gerard, Barron, Byram, and Demirs. I guess signed in the KHL. Holtby and Minor in goal. Chalowski, Ennis, Samporanta as the scratches. Dallas has Robertson, Hintz, and Maverick Bork. Strawn, Jesbrink, Iafallo, Como, Kuznetsov, Marat. I'm excited to see that guy at the World Juniors. Rudolph Balcers, Lemieux, Jamie Benn, and Armia. Defense, Haskinen, Stetcher, Lindell, Carrick, Butcher, Harley. Ottinger and Martin Jones in goal. Gurionov, Sagan, and Delandria. Like, okay, so I probably shouldn't have sent them Armia, but let's be honest, they're not doing themselves any favors with who they have scratched. Holy crap. Like, why would you then insist on Balcers and Como being in the lineup if you have Gurionov and Sagan and Delandria? Awful AI management. Awful. Just awful. Detroit is Adina Larkin and Hayden Yang. Slavkovsky, Berggren, and Lucas Raymond. Jesus. Verana, Rasmussen, Anderson. Master Simone, Kai Uchaz, and Giovanni Smith. Defense is McIsaac, Sider, Murray, Ronick, Edvinson, Lindstrom. Goalies, Fleury, and Kosa. Scratches, Sturm, Fabry, Kevin Maki. Not a good idea to have Robbie Fabry as a healthy scratch. I'm just gonna say it. How's Sagan this low? I mean, I think with my rosters, he's only an 83 or an 84 because he's not what he used to be. Let's see. Edmonton, Lavoie, McDavid, Yamamoto. We got Nuge, Draisaitl, Puljujarvi. Hyman, Goodrow, Holloway, Fogle, McLeod, Cassian. Please save Sagan. I might have to. Defense is Nurse, Bouchard, Suter. Ryan Suter and Cody Ceci, Philip Berg, and Tyson Barrie. So hey, when Duncan Keith retires, bring in Ryan Suter. Goalies of Mike Smith at 41 years old and Ilya Konovalov. Kuku, Perunovich, Benson as the scratches. Florida is Huberdeau, Barkov, Denisenko, Verhaeghe, Lundell, Duclair, Luotstein, and Bennett, Reinhart, Ritchie, Barbashev, Tippett. It's pretty good. Defense, Weegar and Ekblad, Olli Levy, Brandon Montour, Forsling, and Carlson. Also pretty good. Goalie is Bobrovsky and Spencer Knight. Scratches of Heponiemi and Justin Sordif. Benson forever ruined by the AI, you're not wrong. LA is Dano, Byfield, Kaliev, Anderson, Dolan, Velarde, Turcotte, Kempe, Kopitar, Steele, Kapari, Anderson, Thomas. Damn. Defense is Anderson, Wah. Well, Matt Roy. Bjorn Fott, Manson, Ludwig, and Spence. Yeah, Benson often gets left out in the cold. Just that default coach that Edmonton has. No desire to play him, apparently. That is, that's certainly a choice. That's certainly a choice. What a choice it is. Just oof. Minnesota is Kaprizov, Pitlick, Boldy, Foligno, Zuccarello, Greenway, Aston Reese, Eriksson, Ek, Hartman, Parise, Rossi, Dewar. Defense is Brodeen, Spurgeon, Lambos, Walker, Russell, and Addison. Goalies, Talbot and Wallstead. Talbot's up to an 87. Jesus. Then you have Yandel, Gilden, Osterley. It's the scratches. That's at least more acceptable. New Jersey, Perron, Hughes, Holtz. Bratt, Pavelski, Mercer, Pearson, Heischer, Okposo, Yarncrook, Blomqvist, Comfer. It's a lot of random dudes. Pavelski, Okposo, Comfer, Pearson. Defense is DeHaan, Hamilton, Siegenthaler, Severson, Smith, and Walsh. That defense is nuts. Goalie is Blackwood and Vimelka. Donskoy, Luke Hughes, and JVR is scratches. Maybe don't sign Calvin DeHaan. Again, like, just the AI's awareness of who they already have in their system is just awful. Like, there's no reason why you should sign Calvin DeHaan, even though it's a great deal, when you have Luke Hughes in the system. No reason. Not to mention Ty Smith is already there, and Siegenthaler. So, I mean, unnecessary. Nashville is Forsberg, Tomasino, Jeannot, Tolvin and a Fantasy of Granlund, Trocheck, Sissons, Cunnin, Mismash, Glass, Johansson. Oh, poor Ryjo. Poor Ryjo. No, he's getting paid, though. It's fine. Defense is Yossi Carrier, Ference, Myers, Delgaizo, and Blomqvist. 11th overall pick. Good God. Goalies, Saros and Askarov. Cotter, Parsonen, and Eric Stahl as scratches. Islanders have Beauvillier, Barzal, Wallstrom, Nelson Lee Arvidsson, Stashny, Pajot, Palmieri, Cizikas, Bellows, Bailey, Pellick, Pollock, Bolduc, and Dobson. Caleb Jones, Bodie Wild, Sorokin and Varlamov still in goal. Scratches of Luff, Ishikov, and Niku. Rangers have Panarin, Zibanejad, Lafreniere, Kreider, Kakko, Kravtsov. So still heading into like season 2. They love to play Kakko at center. Barron, O'Brien, and Gauthier. Drouin, Kampf, Panic. You got Miller and Fox, Lindgren, Lundqvist, Nemeth, and Trouba. Defense is still really good, even though it's basically the same. Whoops. Goalie-wise, Starkin. So it's just Yorkin. Tarasov. Janmark, Radulov, Geeky is the scratches. Kraken games have been canceled. Everyone's games have been canceled, man. I mean, maybe not through the new year, but it's going to continue. It's going to continue. Oh, the Sens. Yarventi, Norris, Zari. So they got Connor Zari from Calgary somehow. Pinto, Stützle, Batherson. Formanton, Kachuk, Sharon Govich, Greg, Stepan, Gettinger. I mean, that center depth is nuts, but maybe play Brady Kachuk as your top line left wing, you know? Defense is Shabbat, Brandstrom, Sanderson, Bernard, Docker, Mete, and Braun. It's not bad. Goalies, Murray and Sjogard. Oof. Oof. You got Zaitsev, Sokolov, and Colin White as the scratches. Poor Nikita Zaitsev. Flyers have Farabee, Couturier, Konechny, Toffoli, Giroux, and Andreas Janssen. Damn good deal for Claude Giroux. You got Woodlot and Allison, Suter, Zaka, and Cam Atkinson on the fourth line. That's a little bit misguided. Defense, Provorov, Ellis, York, Klingberg, TVR, and Green. Goalies, Carter Hart and Jean Blomqvist. Scratches of Giordano, McDonald, and Frost. Penguins have Gensel, Crosby, Poulin, Puistonen, Trennan, Rust, McGinn, Monahan, and Lagare. Kraus, Hollander, Dugan. What a team. Defense is Joseph, Marino, Pedersen, Friedman, Hayek, and Gudis. Goalies, Callie Klang and Nick Malik. Ruido, Kapanen, Braden Tracy, formerly of the Ducks. Oof. Seattle is Burakovsky, McCann, Eberle, Tanev, Donato, Lind, Beniers, Gord, Achari, Schwartz, Appleton, Wenberg. Defense is Ekholm, Alexiak, Gavrikov, Dunn, Fleury, Larson. Goalie is Grubauer, Dreger still. Gustafsson, Sherratt, Lozon as the scratches. Sharks have Meyer, Wright, and Evander Kane. Eklund, Dahlin, Couture. Leonard, Rady, LeBanc, Athanasiou, Ruzicka, Shemalevsky. That's not that bad. Calgary let go of a lot of their prospects. Ferraro, Dumba, Valimaki, Carlson, Niazev, Mayfield. Burns might be a scratch. You got Jake Allen and Craig Anderson in goal. And healthy scratches of Middleton, Nudivara, Shimmick. Maybe Burns retired last year and I just don't recall. Blues have Bunting, O'Reilly, Bushnevich, Kyrou Thomas, Saad, Shen, Dickinson, and Hornqvist. Brown, Sundqvist, Costin. Defense is Krug, Parayko, Scandella, Falk, Mikola, Liabushkin. Goalie is Binnington and Quick. Scratches, Bortuzzo, Boyd, Benning. Fair enough. Tampa is Kashkovic with Point and Kucherov. Sorelli, Stamkos, Colton. Palat, centering Kachuk and Radish. Kerfoot, Pylon, also known as Garrett Pilon. And Logan Hutsko. Defense, Hedman, Chernak, Sergachev, Foot, McDonough, and Johnson. Goalies, Vasilevsky and Alnefelt. Scratches, Alexiev, Beret-Boulet, Benoit. Toronto is Tatar, Matthews, Marner. Robertson, Tavares, Nylander. Amirov, SDA, and Joey Anderson. Peterson, Abramov, and Eric Holla. Defense is Riley Brody, Sandin, Liljegren, Muzzin, Dermott. Absolutely stacked on that left-hand side. Goalie is Mrazek and Joe Wall. Scratches Tierney, Kral, and Axel Rindell. Toronto's pretty well built. Vancouver, Garland, Pedersen, Hoglander, Besser, Horvat, pulled Colson, Koltsov, Dickinson, Sutter, Ruotsalainen, Rask, and Hinostroza. You got Hughes and Zub on defense, Rathbone and Hamonic, Dumoulin, and Tyler Myers. Goalies, Demko and Big Save Dave. Scratches of Edler back in Vancouver, Kulak, and OEL. How much money is that? 4.4, 2.8, and 7.2. It's a lot of money to just be sitting there doing nothing. Vegas is Pacioretty, Eichelstone, Marchessault, Kolasar, Elvenes, Howden, Carlson, Nemesnikov, Stevenson, Morozov, and Patrick. Defense is Theodore Whitecloud, Martinez, Petrangelo, Hagen, McNabb. Or Braden McNabb. Sid, what's going on, dude? Goalie-wise, Leonard and Baraswa. Graves, Lasician. Duncan Keith actually didn't retire. He's now on Vegas. Winnipeg is Connor Scheifele, Ehlers, Dubois, Perfetti, Dadonov, Lowry, Bluger, Blackwell, Vesalainen, Wheeler, Svechnikov. Schmidt, Pionk, Morrissey, DeMello, Dillon, and Pissick on defense. And in goal, Bernier backing up Hellebuck. Strawman, Subban, and Stanley as the scratches. Poor PK. And the final team, Washington. It is Ovi, Kuznetsov, Sprong, McMichael, LaPierre, Wilson, Backstrom, Oshie, Mantha, Kajula, Dowd, Bowman.
Oh, good for you!
Go with IRG. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Orlov, Carlson, Fehervari, Jensen, Hutton, Zadorov, Nedeljkovic, and Samsonov in goal. Interesting. And yeah, Grimaldi, Leeson, and Leva. Why is Maselli not in the game? Don't know. I've added him in, though, so he's in for me. So let's see what we can do here. Carey Price and the Habs. It is Operation Get Carey Price a Cup. We're going to see if we can do just that after 2 seasons of incredible disappointment. And that's a hell of a way to start the season. 3-0. Let's keep that up. Or lose 7-4 to Vegas. We got to play Carey against Tampa. We'll play our backup against Dallas. And damn, well, we got a point out of that. Hurdle has 6 points in 5 games. Not a bad way to start the year. So Petr Kochetkov will be making his NHL debut here at 24 years old against the Dallas Stars, and he loses 4-2. Not great. Not great. Let's get Carey back in there. Again, Carey's had a whirlwind of overall fluctuation. So we finally get back to our winning ways before losing to Ottawa in overtime. So 3-0 to 4-2-2. Isn't exactly what I had in mind. As we win 4-1 against Buffalo. Not too bad there. Kochetkough's first NHL win. Of course, he got absolutely blown up in his first game, though. Tampa to round out October. Lose again in a shootout. So 5-2-3. Let's keep going. We'll take a look at our stat updates as of December. Again, we'll play Carey against the Eastern Conference team. The more important game, we get that win, too. Play the Sharks. Kochetkov. See what we can do here. The Sharks are terrible, and we did beat them. Never had a rocky pretzel. I don't think I'd like a pretzel made out of rock, so I can't say that I have. LA Kings, nice 4-2 win. Columbus, 3-2 loss. We know Columbus is going to be a decent team this year. Lightning, we lose in a shootout, and again, Carey against the Eastern Conference team. We win 7-1. Nashville is next. Hurdle, 18 points in 17 games. I don't know if we'll be able to keep Hurdle around long term, but we'll see. And Carey also went up by an overall point already, which is great news. But yeah, I mean, with Bedard, probably ended up being a second-line guy by the end of the year. He's had a rough start offensively, but with Bedard hopefully getting better, it'll raise the question of what happens at center. So we lose to the Sharks. And we shut out the Avalanche. Good job, Carey. Arizona. Riley Kidney gets hurt in Laval. We do beat the Coyotes 13-4-4. It's the best we've looked. We lose to Florida. Price will play against Detroit. And gets the win. Which means Anaheim is next for Mr. Kochetkov. Edmondson, bruised hand. Her first real injury. That means the Jack Eye is in, baby. Send in the Jack Eye. As we end up beating Anaheim as well. So 5-4. As of December 1st, we are the top team in the Atlantic Division. Just barely over Tampa. It's because of the overtime losses. But it's ourselves, Tampa, and Boston. Florida and Toronto both currently in a playoff spot. The Red Wings and Sabres are trash. They are already out of it. Ottawa needs to pick it up a little bit. But yeah, Red Wings and Sabres are boned. In the Metro, it is Columbus, Carolina, and Washington. I'd say none of them are really out of it yet. The Islanders are kind of flirting with disaster. They have a game at hand. The Pacific is Vegas, Vancouver, Edmonton. The Ducks and Sharks are dead in the water already. They're absolutely boned. They're out of it. And in the Central, Winnipeg, Arizona, Colorado, with St. Louis probably dead in the water already. But then again, we've seen St. Louis pull off comebacks before. We are currently not the top team in the league. That'd be really Vegas and Columbus off of point percentage, but we're with Winnipeg as one of the better teams. We do currently sit atop the NHL, but I don't really consider that to be fact. Goals for per game at a solid 3.0, which is sixth best in the league. The Sharks averaging 1.86. Oh my god. That is horrific. Goals against average is the best in the league. Not bad at all. Very surprising, though. Get rid of the Sens that are over 3.5. Power play percentage is not as good as I would have hoped for, given how good our record is. It's mid-table, if not towards the bottom, so we got to work on the power play. Our PK, though, is at 90%, which is the second best in the league, behind Washington. So let's take a look at our team first, and we'll come back and take a look at the team stats. We know that we want to change up the power play. Ryan Poehling, 10 points in 24 games. It's good, but not quite good enough to keep that spot on the top line. Hurdle's been great with 23 and 24. And Caulfield has 14 and 24. Again, maybe just not quite ready for prime time on that top line. Hoffman has 21 points, 19 for Nick Suzuki, and 20 for Brendan Gallagher. And then Dvorak on 11. Honestly, I think the left-hand side's pretty obvious. We're going to go Hoffman, Dvorak, Paling down to that third line. Hurdle and Suzuki are still good where they are. And we'll put Gallagher with Hoffman and Hurdle. Dvorak, Suzuki, Caulfield. And then Bedard with 11 points and 9 for Ulanen. That's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Fourth line, Harvey Pinard. The 5 points for Joe Veleno. 3 points for Romberg. That fourth line really hasn't worked. We'll leave them together for now, but I'm a little bit worried. Defense, Romanov, 3 points and a +2 next to Letang. That's 15 points on the year. 5 points and a -6 for Struble next to Petrie. Petrie's been great. Struble not so much. Jack Eye actually hasn't had to play yet. So Struble and Brook have been terrible together. Terrible. And Brook was pretty good last year in his limited sample size, so I'm tempted to blame Jaden Struble. Even though Struble has the points. Brook is waiver eligible. Struble is not. So we'll give Struble these few more games, but then he's going to go down to the AHL. Carey Price has a fantastic 928 save percentage. Kochetkov on a 907. It's not that bad. And then Edmondson. Man, Edmondson and Petrie are great together. +18 before he went down to injury. So, honestly, Harvey Pinard. We're going to take him out, and we're going to bring in Michael Pezzetta. And we'll try Pezzetta on that fourth line. It's not bad. AHL-wise, I'm sure, yeah, everyone's got to be looking good. We got to start getting Dylan Garand some games here, though. I always forget to switch the AHL guys. So, with those changes, I also wanted to change up the power play. I didn't realize Connor Bedard ended up as my top-line center on the power play. Obviously, we'll swap him and Suzuki. We're going to swap Caulfield and Gallagher. So there we go. That second power play unit isn't the most intimidating on paper. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with them. Petrie and the kids, basically. Let's march on here. Let's keep going. Or December on, I should say. We'll see what's up. I don't remember when Edmondson's projected to be back. Riley Kidney's back for Laval, which I believe means that Cinnamon Roll comes out. So we beat the Flyers 4-1. Connor Bedard, MCL sprain. That's unfortunate. So Connor's going to miss a month. Damn. Let's take Pezzetta out for Harvey Pinard. We'll take Veleno out for Pezzetta. And then we will put Veleno in for Bedard. And it'll be a good opportunity for Joe Veleno. We'll see what he can do. This will be his good chance here now, even though that defense looks awful. Because there's no natural defender there. We'll go for that. I'm not too worried about the -2. We're going to give Joe Veleno a really good opportunity here for the next month to see what he can do. I think it's worth it. You could argue Harvey Pinard as well, but this will pretty much determine whether or not Joe sticks around for any decent amount of time. So we did beat Winnipeg in that game. We will play the backup against, well, let's play Carey against Arizona. You want to make sure you beat a team as, you know, I was going to say as bad as Arizona. They're actually not that bad. And we did beat them. So good on Carey. That's the game where you really want to get the win. Kochekov also up to an 83. The Kochekov. Edmondson is back as we lost to the Wild. Struble is still going to go down. Since it's not working out with Jaden Struble, we're going to call up Mason Millman again. And Millman was a guy who had gotten a chance last year along with Josh Brook towards the end of the year. And maybe, just maybe, this can work out. So Edmondson's back. Millman will be in for a Shakai with Brook. And then AHL-wise, let's get Struble in there. Even though he does not work very well at all with Logan Mailloux, but too bad. Garand. Still get Dylan Garand some more games here. Philadelphia is next, still the top team in our division. Losing a shootout. Can we beat New Jersey? Yes, we can. 1-0 in the shootout. Rangers are next, as Edmondson apparently got roughed up again. He's fully healthy. We beat the Rangers as well. We're rolling right now. Minnesota, we lose in overtime. It's still a point, though. Again, if you're going to lose, get the Bettman point. St. Louis is a loss. All right, back-to-back losses for Carey. Let's roll with Kochekov in this next game. He hasn't been that good. Dvorak really isn't a big point getter. I'm going to swap Dvorak and Paling. Paling, Suzuki, Caulfield. See what they can do. Michael Pezzetta is a -4 with no points in 9 games. Used a skill stick or buttons for hitting. I think I know what that question's asking. I do use the skill stick when I play, yes. And Ryan Paling suffers an MCL sprain. Oof. Oof, the injuries right now. Damn, man. All right. We need to make some changes here, particularly on the 4th line. Veleno hasn't been that bad. Harvey Pinard, Ronberg, Pezzetta. I'm going to try to put them all through waivers. If they don't clear, so be it. I mean, there's really no major loss there. Let's give a chance to... Honestly, Luke Tuck might get his NHL debut here. We are going to call up Morand. Soderblom can play on the right. Yeah, right? Because Harvey Pinard, Romberg, Pezzetta is the current 4th line. And then I need another left wing. So Mizak will probably get the call-up. Let's make that change. We didn't lose anybody to waivers, which really kind of shows how they're viewed. Left wing wise, yeah, we just outright need another left wing. So congratulations to Jan Mizak. Call up the kids, see what they can do. Why not? At this point, though, it's just going to be easier to go best lines. So, John, what's happening, dude? All right, so 4th line center will probably be Antoine Morand. We'll have Mizak on the left, Soderblom on the right. Joe Veleno. Let's have Elon in here. We could play Luke Tuck on a higher line if need be, but I think we're good with Tuck, Veleno, Elonen, Mizak, Morand, Soderblom. So our depth is certainly getting tested right now. Honestly, I'm going to put Morand ahead of Veleno. Just for the sake of chemistry. Brook and Millman can still be paired up together. So far, it has not been great. Honestly, Mason, I think I've seen enough. Let's call somebody else up who might be able to do well. How does Jack-Eye do in his games? Honestly, Arbor's very close to getting an opportunity. Caden Gooley. Caden, it is time to see what you can do at the NHL level. Let's give you a chance. I don't care what someone's overall is. Get the job done or don't. Pretty simple. AHL will just go best lines because the team has changed drastically. It actually ends up scratching Mayu, so there you go. We'll leave him out for now. We did lose to Pittsburgh. Can we beat Philadelphia? No, we can't. I really feel like the injuries are starting to add up. Columbus, as Soderblom suffers a concussion. He'll only be out for a couple of days, but good lord, the injuries right now. Gonna send us crashing back down to earth here. Let's go for Cody Clark. Let's see what Cody can do. Cody with a K. Limited time to prove yourself, buddy, but let's see what you can do. So we lost again. 3 wins in our last 10 games. Dude, these injuries have been brutal. Final game of December against Detroit. We lose. Somehow, we are still the top team in our division, despite having just 2 wins in our last 10 games. That shows how good we were. But man, we have really struggled. We are only ahead of Tampa off of tiebreakers, really, which is shocking. Leafs are also in a playoff spot. Panthers and Bruins. Red Wings, Sens, and especially the Sabres are all out. They are boned. Not a chance in hell of making the playoffs. In the Metro, Jackets, Canes, and Flyers. You have the Islanders, and the Penguins are really just barely hanging on. Pacific is Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver. And I mean, LA, Anaheim, San Jose, California's broken off and sunken into the Pacific at this point. In the Central, Winnipeg, Minnesota, Arizona. St. Louis is dead. Dallas, not totally out of it. So we are still the 5th best team in the league. Point percentage-wise, we're a little bit worse off than that. Honestly, like the points per game, the goals per game, there's really nothing worth looking at. I did realize I forgot to look around the league when I had previously set up our team. So we'll do that now. I mean, again, for our lines, we've had so much mixing and matching. But I mean, Hurdle, Gallagher, Hoffman's been pretty good. God, is that supposed to be a pun about falling in the Pacific with them being in the Pacific? No, it's supposed to be a pun that California is probably going to have an earthquake at some point in the next bajillion years and break off and become an island. Funny jokes. Let's see, Douglas Hamilton leading the way in the NHL in scoring in general. Fox is second. Yeah, McDavid, 45 and 39. Again, just medium settings are so weird because sometimes it's fine and guys put up big time points, and then other times it's like, nah, screw you. Crosby's up there, Burakovsky's up there for Seattle. You got Pacioretty, Robertson, McDavid, Draisaitl up there for goals. Matthews, Ovi. Good on Washington to re-sign Ovi. Defensively, again, it's Hamilton, Fox, Makar, who are just dominating right now. Petrie's actually up there for points. It's not too bad. 13 goals for Hamilton and Makar. Goalie-wise, Mrazek the winningest so far. Shutout-wise, Swayman and Shesterkin with 4 each. See, it's not even like save percentages are astronomically high, but scoring isn't really up. It's so weird. It is so weird. Like, you get up the shot outage, but it's going to drop save percentages even more, which really shouldn't be dropped. Bobby Brink right now leads the way in terms of the rookie race alongside teammate Maverick Bourque. Fair enough. So, I think what we're learning here is hopefully the injuries calm the hell down, so we might actually have a chance to still make the playoffs. That would be pretty cool.